If you do not know, if you're new to this channel, I made a video where I talked about xenophobia. I touched on xenophobia. I tabled a couple of topics. I tabled a couple of ideas for people to really consider and for people to reconsider shifting into South Africa. South Africa is a country for greener pastures. And we all know why. We understand why a lot of immigrants move to South Africa. In this video, I want to talk about which countries somebody can consider for shifting, for starting again. Where you are, maybe it's saturated, maybe the power of your currency is not that strong and you are looking for, okay, where else can I start again where I can get more for my money? Especially you're in your 30s, you're in your 40s. This is the time to really be doing the groundwork, so that when you reach 50s, 60s plus, it's a well-oiled machine. It's paying for itself, it's paying for your lifestyle, and you don't have to do too much to make it produce results. Okay, the countries I've got in this video will help to just ignite ideas, hopefully food for thought. Hopefully, number one on my list is Malawi. Malawi is often overlooked. They're low-key, low-profile people. Generally, they don't do too much. They're a chilled individual. Malawans are calm people. I feel like Malawans are very similar to Zimbabweans generally in terms of demeanor. I think Malawi is an excellent choice for those who are into agriculture or they really know the fishing industry very, very well. As a country, the land is very fertile and they have a lot of fresh waters and fresh lakes. All this freshness, all this land offers plenty of opportunity for somebody to start farming, for somebody to start a fishing business, for somebody to go into hospitality. The cost as well of living is very, very affordable. In the part one of this video, I touched on the fact that you need to consider, if you are going to send money back home, what's going to be the value of that currency when it's sent back home. A country like Malawi that isn't crazy modernized, they're still up and coming. It's a great land for you to go to and start something new. Foreign investment is very, very welcome as long as you don't cut corners. It's really, really important you go with the mindset to just do things properly. Do your due diligence, find out what the government requires from you for them to consider you a legitimate business. Foreign entrepreneurs can purchase land for farming, for investment, for other industries with relative ease. If you are not afraid of hard work, Malawi is a great untapped potential for you, especially if you're bringing modernization to the table, if you're bringing ideas that will modernize traditional ways of working. If you have a bit more money than the average Joe, you can consider going into hospitality. So that involves, I guess, leasing or buying or building some sort of holiday resort or Airbnb. Okay, the major benefit there being, if you're going to be any employer of labor, okay, if you have the money to set up a business where you're employing labor, you will have very healthy margins because you are paying locals in local currency and charging your customers in US dollars, because that's the universal currency for trading, for any kind of trading. So this is what makes Malawi for me top on the list, because they are people who have food and they have the basic lives, content lives, and they are not shy of hard work locally in the country. And you can tap into that by offering employment and running a business model that taps into customers who are able to pay in foreign currency, US dollars, euros, pounds, whatever. Number two on the list is Zambia. Zambia is business friendly and has affordable land. It is another fantastic opportunity for those who are looking to invest in agriculture, real estate and mining. Okay, the cost of land is relatively low compared to other countries for what you get and the quality of it and the way you get it. There's less crumb basically. Makes it ideal for somebody who wants to start a farm or get into large scale agriculture. If you already know that field, that space, it's a great place to start. The Zambian government is also very, very open to foreign investment. Again, don't go there to cut corners, or make sure you're going to represent your people. Just do it properly. The government has already made it very clear that they're so open to foreign investment with a stable legal framework with minimal restrictions for foreign owned businesses. So find out, do your due diligence for whatever area you want to get into and do it properly. In your migration plan, perhaps factor in, okay, let me go for 3-4 weeks and come back home. Let me see how I feel after I come back. Don't arrive and enter business, boom. Go and see and come back. Go and see and come back. And then go, okay? Because sometimes you just need to just see the lay of the land before you know. Anyway, okay. Additionally, there are a lot of opportunities within tech. If you are into tech and you've got wonderful tech idea or service you can offer to the rest of the world, this is a great country for you to consider that and to set up an e-business or an internet-based service. Third on this list is Tanzania. Tanzania is growing. Tanzania is an exciting choice. Also, with a lot of these countries, somewhat democracy is respected, somewhat the people are peaceful people, they're calm people. As long as you don't go there and do too much, as long as you don't go there and be disrespectful. I feel like there needs to be a code book for just etiquettes for how to behave in a land that's not your own. I feel like, for example, like with Nigerians, one of the issues they have is they arrive somewhere and then they just say, I don't care, you're gonna like me or you don't like me. The thing is, you do care, because now, like, anyway, I digress. But what I'm trying to say is, with a lot of the countries on this list, the reason why they're great for anybody who just genuinely has something to offer that is of value, of high standard, trailblazing, okay? It's going to be easy for you to tap into it, and the locals will most likely appreciate you as long as it comes with respect and genuine authenticity and genuine value for money, okay? It has a large coastline, so it offers a lot of opportunity for fishing once again. And for those in the capital, there's a growing middle class in Tanzania, so this again creates opportunities for people who have, you know, money to spend and they want the nicer things of life, and they perhaps are aware of, you know, goods that can be imported or brands or names, and you can offer that. You can offer goods, you can offer services that are matching up with perhaps what they're seeing. A middle class family has typically spare money, okay, and they care about quality and they're willing to pay for quality. It's a fantastic opportunity for anyone who's offering modernization, similar to Malawi. So if you're bringing to the table a higher way of operating compared to the local competitors, or cutting your margins ever so slightly because perhaps you're bringing something in bulk or you're new, entering the market new, then you definitely stand a chance. The final country in the south is Rwanda. Rwanda is a hotspot. I hear it's the cleanest, it's the most, like, I'm so excited to visit Rwanda. I am coming there, but I put it on my list because if you are into tech, it's a great place for innovation, for entrepreneurship, especially in tech. There's so many documentaries about Rwanda's development and investment in the tech space. The government has made it a priority, okay, so that they can attract foreign investment. I talked about the benefits and essentialness of foreign investment in any situation. I talked about that in my video on opening borders, African borders, and making us borderless, okay, in terms of how you can move around for holiday, for business, for whatever. If you want to check that video out, check it out. I go into further detail there, but the government has made it so much easier for foreign investors to be interested in starting a business in Rwanda, and they have modernized themselves. You can just see from the country and the way it's functioning, Rwanda's infrastructure is modern, and the country is one of the fastest growing economy in Africa. That says a lot, okay? It's so good for tech, it's so good for e-commerce, any entrepreneurial business that you're bringing. Again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Offer something that is innovative, that you've seen function well in another place, in another country, or where you're coming from. Bring it to the table, and with understanding of local regulations and expectations. There's a stable political environment or temperature as well. It's not perfect, it definitely has its but I feel like they're headed down the right path currently. Having a stable political environment makes investors interested, makes investors feel safe, and also on an individual level as well, you feel safe and you feel confident to invest your time and efforts and money and resources in a foreign country, because you don't have that feeling of you never know, right? Last on the list, I'm going to add in here countries a little bit further up, okay, and I'm going to group them into two. Ghana, okay, a West African country, and also I'm going to put Kenya in there. Generally though, in terms of a country that has its modernization together, electricity together, internet together, they have a vision, and the government invests in what would make a country wealthy. Other entrepreneurs have considered countries like Ghana, countries like Kenya, and the reason why is because there is several forms of stability, okay? Ghana is a great option, especially if you're an entrepreneur looking to engage in importation, exportation businesses. It's a great place for that. It's a great place for manufacturing as well, for agriculture, tourism, yes, but not as much as Kenya. But I would say these two countries, Ghana and Kenya, are probably for somebody who does have cash, okay, does have investors who can entrust them with their money and venture into an idea, because cost to entry is higher than the other countries that I mentioned earlier. But the framework exists, the reliability exists in the form of infrastructure, a reliable internet, security generally. There is a growing middle class and upper class actually, and there's a quietness. Okay, when you look at Nigeria, for example, when you look at South Africa, for example, there tends to be two extremes. Okay, working class, lower class, and then upper class, and each side is very loud and very extreme typically. And this is why a growing middle class population is so important if you are an opportunity seeker. And this is one of the indicators you can use to distinguish, okay, what country can I consider if I want to set myself up for success? Okay, like I've talked so much, I've had to make this into a part 1, part 2. I hope I've given you decent food for thoughts. I'll see you in the comment section. You know, I reply every comment. It might not be exactly on time immediately, but I reply every comment because I really do care and I really want to learn from everyone. But please contribute through the comments. Be kind, be reasonable, lay out your experiences, your contribution to what I have mentioned in this video. But yeah, thank you so much for staying to the end, and I will see you in the next video. In the meantime, stay safe.